Super. Guten Morgen. Dick und munter? Ja? Drum sind wir hier, gell? Wir strecken uns. Let's start. Circle the shoulders. Circle the arms. Lift your chest. Big circle up, long back. We open the hips. We stretch the legs for the moment. Deep breathing. Yes, now let's bend the knees a little bit. Lift up again. Breathe in, down. Breathe out, up. Look up to the ceiling. Even though we bend back, try to close your ribs. Use your pelvic floor, so squeeze your sit bones. Stretch your legs. Yes, we bend and we stretch them. And the spine always stays long. Let's do 2 more. And we stay up for a moment. We open the chest, we open the heart, but control your neck. Stretch your arms, extend your arms, spread your fingers, and look up with your chin, with your nose, and keep on breathing. Really widen your ribs, your rib cage. Guten Morgen. No problem. So we bend the knees, take your hands on your thighs, tilt the pelvis, round it, lift up again very slow. We mobilize the spine. Nose in and breathe out, tilt the pelvis and lift the pelvic floor. So really try to use your muscles inside your body. Well, not only the muscles which we see outside, also the inside muscles, the pelvic floor, your core strength, your back flexibility. So that's why we really spread the shoulders apart here, round. Do a last one, then we roll up again, rounding, rolling back up. Yes, push your arms up to the ceiling, step back to the outside of the mat. With the next breathing out, we make a big circle to the front so our legs stay stretched. Catch your elbows first and let your body drop down over the stretched legs. Yeah, let your neck release. Don't hold it here in the front. Really look against your belly, round your back, and try to keep your knees completely stretched, completely. Yes, super. Then we bend the knees again. Release your arms, roll back up to the standing position. When we are up, we open again our chest, look up to the ceiling, spread your ribs, big circle to the front. And when we are almost in the front, we bend the knees. We go to the front in the 4 points position. Stretch your toes down on the floor. We round the back again. Once more, round it. Stretch it up again. Look up to the ceiling also with your tailbone. Feel the breathing. Scoop the belly. The hands under your shoulders. Yes. And again, up 2 more. Breathe out, round. Spread those shoulders. Really go in the extreme position. And once more, round it. Good. Then we come back to the neutral position. We take our mirror leg, window arm, rechter Arm, linkes Bein oder umgekehrt, the diagonal line, and we lift up. And try to catch your shoulders against the spine. Scoop the belly. We don't want to lose our balance. We want to stay here in extension. So the leg not too high, the arm not too low, really balanced. Yes, looks good. And the standing elbow is slightly bent. Use those strength. Don't overstretch the arm. Last 4, also the neck is long. Super, good. We release it down, tuck your toes in, sit back for a moment, slide with your arms in extension to the front as much as you can. Yes, stretch it as far as you can. Really grab with your fingers to the front. So you fight for each millimeter. You feel the stretch over your arms And now as you breathe out, really scoop this belly, scoop it inside. With your pelvic floor up inside, you close the team. The team works together. Pelvic floor, toilet muscles as much as you can. It's like a fist inside. Really push this muscles inside up. Try to make a sound when you breathe out. And as long as possible, you breathe out. So you are really fighting for the air. When you breathe in, elbows stay long, your ribs widen, and as you breathe out, all the strength inside up. Then we move with our chest to the front. So your hands are already here in the front. We move the hips to the front. And now again, important, don't overstretch your elbows. Keep them a little bit bent. Keep your toes tucked in. Lift your chest for the first, lift your chin. So you feel a short neck. And you feel it even shorter when you press your shoulders down. And the shoulders hang against your shoulders, you cannot really lift. So shoulders down, chest up. Good. Now we stretch the legs, we move the head in extension, the hips come up, and we are in the plank. Neutral plank position. Hands are under your shoulders, elbows are slightly bent. And if you don't feel your core now, press your belly button more in, lift your pelvic floor, and squeeze your sit bones. So it's not only a work for your shoulders, it should be also work for your lower body. Also for the legs, also for the hips, and for your belly and lower back. Good. We move our hips up, walk 2 steps with your hands back, then bend your knees and release your head. Let your head drop down again. And then we walk our legs. Once the right heel down, once the left heel down. But the most important is that you keep your head dropping. Let your head drop. Really release this neck. The whole day we have to carry our head on the top of our spine. Now it's time to release it and to press the shoulders together. The leg, that's the side effect. But the main thing is your spine, which stretches up with your tailbone against the ceiling. Super. Last seconds. Don't give up so early. Some more seconds. Once the right heel, once the left heel. Yes, good. Then we bend both knees and we walk back with our hands to our toes. Catch your toes. So you grab your toes with your 10 fingers. You have 10 toes. You lift the 10 toes up. Then we press the elbows out. So no stretched arms. And then we start elbows out. Yes, like a triangle. And then we start to stretch the legs a little bit more. And you look to the front, to the start of the mat. So there your chest wants to go. Yes, and you start to stretch your legs even a little bit more. And keep these elbows out. So the elbows are not inactive. Elbows press out so that your shoulders can work. And now you pull your belly button in again. Belly button inside up. And lift those 10 toes, also the small one. Yeah, really press them up. Super. Then we release the knees again. We step to the front in the 4-point position once more. We stretch our toes. Yes. The hands are under our shoulders. Hips and knees are one line. We round the pelvis. Breathe out as you round. Breathe in. Go gently back up. Look up to the ceiling. Elbows are still bent. Shoulders press back. Now, as you breathe out, round your shoulders. Give your shoulders really volume. And we breathe in again. Up with your tailbone. Yes. And scoop the belly. With your sit bones, you press your hips front. We have 2 more. Breathe in, up. And breathe out, round. And the last one. Nose in and mouth out. Then we come back to the middle. We go in the other diagonal line. So our mirror arm and window leg, or rechter Arm, linkes Bein. Yes, and we lift it up, gently up. So the main thing is keeping the balance and trying to keep the neck long and the arm on the side of your head. And that's why the leg doesn't go too high, so that we can lift the arm more and that we can keep the stability. The very small ones, look down to your standing hand, elbow is slightly bent. You press your flat foot on the floor for the last 4, 3, 2, and we release again. Super. Tuck your toes once more in, sit back, slide to the front, forehead down on the floor, the start of your hair, so that you feel your neck gets long, but you press your sit bones back to your heels. So we want to have a small angle in our knees. And again, this breathing. Breathing relaxes your body, stretches your body, and relieves the stress which we have in our body. Stretch the fingers even more. Also important for your shoulders. And you want to set your head down on the mat. And you scoop the belly. So 2 more breathings with really a sound effect. Belly button, pelvic floor, inside up. Good. Then we pull our hands back to our knees. We lift up here. Here we are down. Heels almost on the floor, or maybe you can set them down. The people who are flexible on their hips can set them completely down. The flexible, I have to get. We lift our body up. Yes, now we have to lift our heels again a little bit more. And now we come slowly on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, up on our toes. We stand up tall for a moment. Yes, try to stand up. Keep the strength, scoop the belly again. Your belly and your sit bones have to work. And then we release the arms again. Perfect. So I hope we are a little bit warm. Come back to the middle. Super. We bend the knees slightly. You lift your arms. We move back. It should be easier now to lift the arms on the side of the head. Stabilize your core, pull your belly button in, and please don't round it. Take your tailbone back, but don't overstretch. So hold the strength in your core. We keep the arms up for a moment, small ones. Yes, and not the head to the front, head up, shoulders down. So again, let your shoulders slide back. Work with this hip-rib connection. And for this, we also need our shoulders. So it's not moving the arms or the head. It's really the arms which move, not the hands. That's what I wanted to say. Good, super. We come front, we lift up, breathe in. Very good. We take our hand here, our knee, and we move side. We breathe in again, other side. Knee, arm back, and the other arm is following. Breathe in up, outside, leg, arm, both arms go back, body moves front. Nose in. Slow with your arms, slow. Lift up and side both arms, and the arms go down with your body. So not first the arms, first the leg, then the arms, and then your body comes front. Super. Lift up, slide back, bend. Over on the side. We come up again a little bit quicker. Side, hips open and front. And you scoop your belly. The landing is soft with your leg. Yes. And the last one, up. Here we stay for a moment. We stretch the legs, body in this horizontal line, and we bend it. Toes look out, we stretch, we bend. So please don't stretch quickly, go gently up and take care of your back. So you breathe out, you pull your belly button in. You bend and we re-stretch. Yes. Bend, last 4. Lift the pelvic floor, press your shoulders together. Last 2. Long neck. And the last. Super. Release again your spine. Catch once more your elbows. Release your neck and swing a little bit from front to back. So not side to side, front to back. And your arms are over your head. Look again to your belly. So you really have to curve your spine. And stretch your legs. Now we can really stretch the knees completely. That's good for our knee health, for the joints. Release your head even more. Tuck your chin against your throat. The arms are over your head. That's why we look to the belly. Some more seconds. Think about the breathing, not about your legs. The legs are not important at the moment. It's the breathing, the rounding. But we release the arms again. Let's bend the knees slightly. Tilt the pelvis. Pull very slow back up to the standing position. Good. When we are back up, we step back to the middle. We lift up here. Yes. We breathe in back. And as we lift up, extend. Lift up on the top of your toes. And again, up, 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 up. Yes. Breathe in down. And once more, up. Squeeze the sit bones. Yes. And as you squeeze the sit bones, imagine that your knees lift up. You engage your thighs back, and the arms, we don't stop here, we go back, so that we are challenged in our balance. And it doesn't matter when we have to make a little step. It doesn't matter. Really fight for the most position here back with your arms. Yes, but we stabilize the neck. The head doesn't drop. We keep it here in extension. Super. 2 more. And the last one, always a little bit more, little bit higher, lift the heels more. Good. We bend the knees slightly, arms go to the front. Breathe in, so prepare yourself for the balancing position. We tap once more. And the next time when we go over on the side, we try to lift the leg for a moment. So it's hip work, which we have also on the floor today. And when this happens, you have to work more with your shoulder strength, shoulders together, shoulders and your core. Then you can balance. Standing leg is always slightly bent. Come a little bit more to the front, knees bent, leg on the side. So hip work. Yes. And again, up, very good. And feel the strength in your core. Push your chest to the front. It's not enough lifting the arms. Also this uplifting of your chest. Let's do the last 2. Super. And the last one, shoulders together. We come back. Tilt your pelvis for a moment. Stay here for a moment. Round the back, stretch the lower back. So it's about tilting the pelvis as much as you can. Also press your elbows out. This gives your shoulders more volume, more opening. And we want to stretch the shoulders. You release your neck, your head drops down. Again, this deep breathing, this core lifting inside up. Right, then we come back to the middle and we lift back up. Super. We breathe in. Over on the side, we have a side bend here, and always focus that you really make it correct, not here in the front. Over on the side. Imagine two walls, one in front of you, one on the back side, and you are in between, so not dropping to the front. We want to stretch the shoulders. We don't want to round them at the moment. Keep them long and side. And you squeeze your sit bones. You pull your belly button in here. So it has, again, a lifting effect for your lower core. Yes, nose in. And also with the head, we don't let it drop. You keep this long spine. You stretch over on the side, always a little bit longer. That's why the upper arm also is stretched and goes over. It doesn't stay here, over. Breathe in, two more. And the last one, over on the side. Good. We come back once more to the front. Take your hands down, tilt the pelvis. And now we move once the right elbow, once the left elbow. Diagonal front. So you should feel a stretch over your shoulder and also on the lower back. Round, keep it round, and move from side to side. As if somebody is pulling you, not on your ears, on your elbows, elbows, elbows. Yes, super, that you feel this diagonal stretch over the shoulder blades, over the lower back. Yes, good. But you have to tilt the pelvis. That's important. Otherwise, we don't feel it on our lower back. Good. Come back to the middle. Lift up again. Take your arms in a big circle up. Super. Arms go to the side. Shoulders down. We lift one leg over on the side. Yes, the small ones. Side, side, side. And straight neck, not here in the front, chin a little bit, the whole head, a little bit back against the wall behind us, long arms, not hanging to the front, really lifting up. And also the leg, try to lift it a little bit more. Yes, and we try to keep it up, 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 ganz klein, yeah, super, good. The same leg goes diagonal back, only on the top of your toes. We lift both arms up, hips look to the front, and then we go over in the side bend. And once more, over, over, over. So the leg which was up, diagonal back on the top of your toes, and you try to keep the heel really up. And then we bend over to the side and feel this side stretch. Yeah, and the hips, you squeeze your sit bones that your hips pull to the front. And both legs are long. And side, a little bit more. Come on, over on the side. Stretch the upper arm, make it long. This one doesn't feel so good. Long arms. We want to have the full feeling. Good. Then we come slowly back. You open your arms again. We step back. Move your legs for a moment. Okay. Arms cross, round here, over and open. Now the other arm is deeper down. Yes, we always change the arms. We open, your spine stays long. And try to catch your shoulder blades here, over the shoulder blades, without rounding. So it's not this. You stand up tall. Breathe in over your chest. Yes, so we have enough space. Nose in. And don't overstretch your lower back. Keep it extended. Last two. That gets you warm. You love yourself. And the last one, open. And we set the arms to the side. Long neck. We lift the other leg. Yes. Super. And arms balanced. Not one arm hanging down, the other one somewhere. Push your shoulders together. Lift your chest. And also this 3 points of your feet. We don't let the leg drop in. Also keep the little toe, the outside of your heel on the floor. And maybe you can lift it higher. Yes. Flex the foot. Give your leg really strength and length on the side, not in the front. Side lift. Last 4, little higher, stay up, stay up, stay up. Yes. And then we go over, diagonal over, on the top of our toes. We lift again both arms and you press your hips to the front. It's not released. You push your hips to the front. We stretch up. And look, it's not the foot down. Lift the heel and press the hips to the front. So they look to the front. Then we slide slowly over. Now it's time to keep the balance. Hintere Ferse noch oben. Heben, heben, ja genau. Richtig hochnehmen. Das ist unangenehm, gell? Das braucht Balance. Yes, and over on the side. Also here, stretch this arm and try to go over. Und genau jetzt nochmal Gesäß-Bauch spannen. Das muss halten. This is your basic. This has to keep. And not only the head, the whole body goes over. For the last. 4, 3, 2, extend, extend. And we come slowly back, 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 back. And we step front. Good. Release a little bit. Bend your knees. Catch the ring. Take it up in your hands. Elbows out again. Shoulder blades together. And always remember, we don't want to pull our chest together. We want to open the chest and pull the shoulder blades down so that your neck gets length. And it's never giving up the strength immediately. You press, you release it a little bit. It's still pressed. Yes, use once more your whole stability of your legs. Your heels lift up. We press for the last 2. And always when you press, your neck gets longer. You push your shoulders down. Yes. We release, we bend the knees. Super. And we press the ring for a moment. The very small ones. Head is not here. Look against the ring in front of you and press, press, press. And remember not to round the back. Even though you think it's easier at the moment, we push the shoulders down. Yes, and press it with your flat hands. Hier with the palms. Mit den Handballen. Da können wir schön vibrieren. Come a little bit deeper down. Yes. Last 4, 3, 2. Sit down with a long spine. And we take the ring against the floor. Fingertips on the ring. We open. We have a twist. Open, open. Your knees stay bent. We use the strength of our legs and the opening of the chest. Yes, the flat hand looks out. You spread your fingers again. We look up to the ceiling. Release it and turn it. We really want to lift not only our arm, the whole chest wants to go up. So do this extra centimeter. Yes. And the knees stay. Your knees don't move. We have only 2 more, 2 more. And the last one. Fingers on the ring. Stretch the legs. And please look over the ring to the front. So when you are here like this, you cannot look to the front. Bend the knees a little bit. Move your tailbone back. Give your lower back strength. And then chest to the front. And then you work centimeter by centimeter to stretch the legs a little bit more. But first the spine. When we are here, we cannot work on our back. So try to keep first the back long and then we work on the length of our legs. And also here we stay again for a moment and you keep on breathing. So it's not about hanging down, it's about lifting up. That's why we have long arms. And please don't press the ring. You only have your fingertips on it to hold the ring. At the end, you hold your body yourself, not the ring. And chest to the front. Good, super. And now the quick ones. We bend, we lift up. And the last centimeters are slow. So don't go too quick in the stretch. Breathe in. The first centimeters quick and at the end slow. And shoulder blades back. Last 4. Keep the heels down. And 2 more. Long back, yes. And shoulder blades once more back. Super. We bend the knees. You take the ring, move it around your body. Lift up, look up to the ceiling. Stretch once more your hips. And here, let your shoulders drop down. So we don't keep them up, we let them drop. You look up to the ceiling. Now we move the ring back, away from our bottom. The small ones, yes. Away from the bottom. And be careful, head doesn't drop. You keep the strength here in this muscle here in the front of your throat. So it's time to sit down, huh? Almost. Once more, open the hips. Release those shoulders, press them down. And when we are here, do for a moment, lifting, releasing, lifting, releasing. So feel the setting down of the shoulders. But we have to be in the back bend. Chest up, hips front. Yes. Pull it down. Feel that your shoulders can move. Last 4. Look up, diagonal up to the ceiling. 2 more. And the last one. Good. Then we come front. We release. We set the ring down. Let's go over here on the side. We start all on the same side. Here, wall side. You probably on your left arm. So here, important for everybody, not only for you when you have shoulder problems, lift up here. We want to work with our spine, with our waist, not straining the shoulder. Up there. Feet are here in the front, right angle. That's why we lift it up. Catch your knee immediately. Take the leg here in this right angle position. Okay? You can catch your knee. You can hold it here. As we breathe out, we stretch it. You breathe in, you bend it, and not too much up. I want you to go to the front. Hip work, glutes, and the leg is not down there. It's really here in the right angle, and here we stretch it. And again, pull it even a bit closer here, right angle. Breathe in, and push it and hold it for a moment. And don't forget this one here. We are not on the beach. We lift up. We look to the front, not on the beach at the moment. And once more, keep it for a moment. Keep it and go a little bit up and down. So you could reach to your toe because your foot is not down there. It's here in the front. Right angle. And your body is long. So don't go back here. Don't lean back. Stay up for the last 8, 7, 6, up there, up, good. Then we bend the knee and we stretch the hips. So we go back and we still stay up here. One long line, knee stays up. We don't let it drop. We keep it up. Yes, and you can take your hand here so that you feel here the length of your hip flexor. The foot is flexed, you can bend it. And as we breathe out, we stretch the toes and we move the leg to the front. We breathe in, you kick back without moving the spine too much. Achtung, da wieder, hochkommen and point. We flex back, we point front. Breathe in, back, and front. And don't lean back. Really feel this length of your spine. Flex and point, especially here, long. 2 more. Flex back. And again, back, kick back, and push it front. Good. We lay down. We stretch our body. We stretch our legs. Head on the arm, shoulder down, long legs. So we are balancing on the side. Thank God that we have a soft mat. And then we go with our legs front back. The small ones, very small. Tuck, 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 tuck. And feel the length of your whole spine. Extremely long. And quick legs. The swimming. Huh? Tuck, 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 tuck. Very small. Yes. And also make your upper body long with the deep, intensive breathing. So we don't relax the upper body, we really stretch it. That's why you also work with your sit bones, and that gives more length to your hips and more strength and length to your lower back. And quick legs, a little bit more. Come on, last 4, 3, 2, and we release it. Good. We bend the knees. Turn on your back for a moment. Take the ring in your hands. The heels to the front. As you breathe out, you lift your head. You look to the front, and we roll gently up here to the ring against our knees. We come back again. You breathe in. And no jumping. Do it very slow, in a flow, and not too high. We don't go with the ring to our toes, in front of our knees, so that the lower back just rolls a little bit up. The whole time when we roll up, we want to keep the strength of our core. Breathe in down, and breathe out. Yes, the chin to your throat. And again, scooping the belly, lift the pelvic floor. You have to have the feeling that your pubic bone comes 1-2 centimeters closer. We do only 2 more. Yes, not too high, no jumping, very slow. And the last one, breathe out, up. Good. Then we roll back again. Take your feet closer. Lift your hips up. Set the ring gently on the back side down on the floor. Take your hands to the side. So you press the ring slightly with your hands from the side. And we lift the bottom as high as we can. And again, this affects pubic bone to your navel, which makes your belly much flatter. You really have the impression that your belly turns inside. And that should be belly inside against your lower back. Squeeze the sit bones as much as you can. And always imagine a cactus under your bottom. Yes. And the knees, remember, they are hip wide. So the feet hip wide. So that you have about 1 fist in between your knees. Ysenia, yes. And pubic bone to your navel. Yeah, very good. Long arms. Keep on breathing. Nose in, mouth out. You stretch your neck by pulling your chin to your throat. Good. We take the ring up again. And at the same time, we roll down with our spine. Good. Take the ring again in your hands. We lift the head. Yes, we lift both knees. We press the knees together. So the shoulders are already lifted. And now we stretch the legs and we lift 2 centimeters more. We bend again, only 8. And 7. Come a little bit up. Lower back stays on the floor. Legs diagonal. Here, yes. Breathe in. And again, up. Scoop the belly. Also here, sit bones together. Now press them together. And keep the chin to your throat. We have only 2 more. And stretch the legs. Yes. And the last one, breathe out. Good. We bend the knees. Step into the ring. Lay your head down. Lay your arms like on a cross. We move a little bit in the window wiper. Stretch toes, long toes. The back side of your hands is on the floor. Also feel the thumb on the floor. So not only the little finger, the whole back side of your hands. And stretch your legs. Good. We come back to the middle. a slight double chin. And the chin not up to the ceiling against your throat. Now we bend the knees and you always press the ring apart. And we lift up. We bend. The easy ones, we lift up. And as we lift up, you squeeze your sit bones and you want to stretch the ring more. We bend and we stretch. Chin down, chin down. Fight for the length of your spine. Atmen. Try to open the mouth. And the last one, we stay up. Super. Now we go with the ring over on the right side, to the front, on the left side, back to the middle. Little break, you breathe in. Then we go over to the left, to the front, to the right, back to the middle. Head stays down. Breathe in. And again, the other side. Right, front, a little bit slower. Left, back to the middle. Nose in, other side, other circle. Left, front, right, back to the middle. Breathe in. And again, right, front, stretch your legs more. Left, back to the middle. And last one, very slow. Go slow. Left, front, little bit deeper. Right, back to the middle. Then we bend the knees. Perfect. 8 more. We lift up. We stretch the legs. Reach with your arms this time. Come back in a circle. You bend your knees. Half circle. And we lift. And you press the legs again. Apart. So the ring should stay where it is. And you press, when you stretch your legs, press the ring apart. We want to use the glutes. Big circle around to your arms. 2 more. Lift up. Lower back stays down. But nevertheless, we can take our legs a little bit more diagonal. Diagonal nach vorne die Beine. Ja, noch 2 mehr. 2 more. Breathe out. Und der letzte, der schönste. Juhu. Breathe out. Super. We catch the legs. Step out of the ring. Set the legs to the front for a moment. Arms up to the ceiling. Shoulders down. You turn your head over on the right side. You come back to the middle. You turn to the left. The ring stays. You stretch your arms back middle. Once more to the right. So the right outside of your ear wants to step down. Back to the middle. Once more over to the left. Shoulders go away from your neck. You do a last round. Over to the right. Scoop the belly. And the last one over to the left as much as you can. Good. Super. We lift the head in the middle. Look to your knees. Stretch your arms, really long arms. You can overstretch them. Chin down. Tilt the pelvis. And then try to roll gently back up. Yes, good. Then we set the ring down on the floor. We turn over to the other side. We have another side. As always, I'm sorry. Okay, we hold the knee again. Important one, not hanging in your shoulder, lifting up. And we make this little kick front. We bend. Open. Exactly. Flex the foot for the moment. You can always reach here to the front. And not rounding. So we don't push against the shoulder joint. We keep the shoulder down so that our collarbone and chest muscle stays free. And for this, the shoulder joint stays in the right position. Flex it, that we feel the thigh and the core here. Yes. 2 more. And here we go. It's not down there. Right angle. And last one. Breathe out. Small ones. Up, up. Reach for your toes for a moment without rounding the back. Yes. And the leg up, up and down, up and down. A little bit more against you. Yes, let your glutes work. The lower part of your glutes and your waist. Last 4, 3, genau, näher zu dir. Good, then we bend it, we kick back for a moment. Here, kick back, long spine, elbow is still down. Here, back, back, back. The leg is moving a little bit without pulling in your lower back. So that's why we need the strength of our core. Yes, the leg up, not on the floor, a little bit up on the height here of your hips. And now we stretch the leg. And here you keep the strength. We push back, breathe in, the little kick back, breathe out front. And remember here not to move. This stays, you only move your hip. Breathe in back and shoulder blades together, long neck to the front. Breathe in back, point and pull it. Yes, you pull it to the front, but you keep here the stability. Last 2 more. Extend, get longer. Dann nochmal rausdrücken, ja. And front, good. We set it down, perfect. We stretch out, long arm, long legs. And on the side, we lift again both legs. And extend your back. Feel that your neck gets longer. And once more, the small ones. Now we know already how it goes perfectly. We go a little bit quicker. Belly in, stretch your whole spine. And we don't release the upper body, really make the best out of it. And quick legs. Streck die Beine nur mehr, richtig anspannen. Dann können wir das Tempo halten. Ganz strecken. Bisschen mehr Gesäßspannung noch. Ja, super. The quick ones. Last 8, 7, 6, mal ein bisschen zurücknehmen, lange Wirbelsäule. Last 4, 3, 2, and we release. Bravo. And now we go over against the belly. Hands down. And the only thing what we do is pressing the pubic bone down on the mat. Schambein im Boden drücken. Das bedeutet, das Gesäß wirklich spannen. Yeah, you squeeze your sit bones and automatically your legs get longer. Your legs really stretch and also your hip flexor. You release your neck on your hands, your head on your hands. You feel that your shoulders are soft, but always when you breathe out, scoop the belly and feel this really tilt, this tiny tilting of your pelvis. Das Becken ganz leicht kippen, wenn wir das Gesäß fester anspannen. Merkt, das Schambein im Boden geht und der Bauchnabel zieht sie nach innen. So when you squeeze your sit bones, the pelvis tilts a little bit. You can scoop the belly button better and you get more length in your hip flexors and your lower back. Two more breathings. Try to make again a sound for you. Then we lift up again. Our head comes up. Our arms go to the side. Press your knees on the floor. Lift up here in this half plank. We tuck our toes in. Once more, we come up. You push your heels a little bit back. Yes, now we are full of strength, full of length. Bauch nochmal gut reinziehen. Genau. Super. Wonderful. Then we lift our hips. Walk your hands back to your long legs. Hands walk back. Hands, hands, hands. And at the very end, we set the heels down and the legs are stretched. Let your body once more drop down. So give your neck some ease, some relaxation. Remember, the whole day we have to keep this head up. Now we can let it drop it down. Yes. Super. Then we bend the knees again. We tilt the pelvis, remember, rounding the back, and then we roll back up. Super. And then we shake everything away, everything what is still in our body, all the strains or problems. We lift up. 3 breathings, the energy breath. Really see it as an energy breath. You lift up all the energy against your body and everything away which you don't need. A last chance, lift up, stretch, and back to the middle. Dankeschön. Thank you. Schönen Tag wünsche ich euch noch.